I'm broke. It's more than just a phrase. It's a gut punch. A silent scream no one else hears. You sit there, wondering if you're the only one stuck, the only one trying to survive while the world just moves on. Your bank account's a joke. Your dreams fading. And the advice you keep hearing? Just work harder, get a better job, or the classic, start saving. But let me ask you, how do you save when there's nothing left to save? Let me offer you something radically different. What if being broke was your biggest advantage? What if this moment, this rock bottom, wasn't the end, but the reset button? The moment when you stop playing the game like everyone else and start playing it like the wealthy. You don't need luck. You don't need connections. You need a new mindset, a new strategy, and the skills that can't be stolen from you, even when the world falls apart. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how people with nothing built everything. We'll uncover the hidden path the rich take when they want to multiply wealth without high risk, how they acquire businesses for almost nothing, and why most people never see the real opportunities, because they're too busy chasing the wrong ones. If you've ever felt like the game is rigged, you're right. But not for the reason you think. And once you see what I'm about to show you, you'll never look at being broke the same way again. Skills are untouchable assets. There is something no government, no divorce, no economic collapse can ever take from you, your skills. Think of them as an invisible vault locked inside your mind, each skill, an asset that keeps generating returns. When the world around you crumbles, your income, your savings, your business skills are what hold you up. I've always said, money comes and goes, but what you know how to do, that stays. And here's the best part, you can start building this vault today. No financing required, just discipline. Picture a man at rock bottom. Bank account nearly empty, just $1,100 to his name. No income, no assets, no safety net. But he had something others didn't, a well-developed set of abilities. In 30 days, using nothing but strategy, mindset, and raw entrepreneurial skill, he collected over $110,000 in cash. No house. No rich uncle. Just education, relentless execution, and a belief in his own value. What he owned wasn't visible, but it was unstoppable. Maybe you're wondering, okay, but where do I begin? Simple. Start with skills the market is hungry for: copywriting, video editing, coding, local business consulting. These are low-cost, high-leverage skills you can learn online for free or almost nothing. The key isn't just to learn, it's to apply. When you stack just a few valuable skills together, you build cash flow from thin air. And that, my friend, is how you create true financial freedom, not with luck, but with precision. Because when you have skills, you don't chase opportunities, you create them. Why buying a business may be better than buying a house. Most people are told that buying a house is the ultimate milestone, a symbol of stability. But what if I told you that, in many cases, buying a business could give you more income, more freedom, and ironically, more stability? Let's say you've saved up $50,000. The traditional path would scream down payment. But a wiser, more strategic approach might whisper, acquire a business. A cash-flowing asset that pays you every single month, not just bleeds you through a mortgage. Think about this, many small businesses sell for just 2.5 times their annual earnings. That means if a business makes $100,000 a year in profit, you might be able to acquire it for $250,000. And here's the kicker, you don't need the full amount up front. Unlike a house, which starts draining your bank account the moment you sign, a business can fill it. You get instant cash flow, customers, systems, even employees, things that would take years to build from scratch. It's not just a purchase, it's a shortcut to increased income and long-term wealth. Most people don't even consider this path because it sounds unfamiliar, but that's the point. The majority live paycheck to paycheck because they follow conventional advice. Buying a home might give you pride, but buying a small, profitable business can change your entire trajectory. A car wash, a laundromat, a local gym. These aren't billion-dollar ideas, but they generate real money and can be acquired with the right strategy. And in the game of entrepreneurship, real cash flow beats silent equity every time. Creative financing: agree on price, then agree on terms. There's a timeless principle every sharp entrepreneur learns sooner or later: never negotiate the terms before the price. First, you agree on what something costs. Only then do you figure out how you'll pay for it. This strategy isn't just clever, it's transformational. Let's say you find a business worth $625,000. That might sound out of reach at first glance, but when you understand creative financing, you realize you don't need to have all the money, you just need to know how to structure the deal. Here's how it works. After agreeing on the $625,000 price, you negotiate to have the seller finance 75% of the deal. That means they let you pay them gradually over time, say, over 5 years. That's around $470,000 you don't need up front. Then, you get a bank loan, or SBA loan, for the remaining $200,000, and you only need to put 25% down on that. Which means, you could own a business generating $250,000 in annual profit with just $50,000 out of pocket. That's alchemy. That's leverage. That's smart entrepreneurship. But this only works when you find a motivated seller, someone tired, overwhelmed, or ready to walk away. You don't need to steal anything, you just need to offer a fair price and make the terms appealing. This is where negotiation, patience, and strategy intersect. The seller wins. You win. And your journey toward financial freedom accelerates tenfold. It's no longer about saving for 20 years to buy something. It's about learning how to use what you have today to control assets that produce for a lifetime. And this exact principle was the game changer in one of my favorite real-world deals. His own example. Let me take you behind the scenes, real story, real numbers. I once opened my first gym with just $40,000. It was bare bones, scrappy, but it worked. My second gym? I thought I was smarter, so I poured in $250,000. Fancy equipment, polished floors, the works. You know what happened? They both made the exact same amount of money. That was my slap in the face. I learned that smart investing isn't about how much you spend, but how much you keep and multiply. Fast forward to my fifth gym. This time, experience guided every step. I found a motivated seller. He was going through a divorce and wanted out. His gym was gorgeous, high-end equipment, solid location, already operational. We agreed on a $40,000 price tag, but I paid nothing up front. We structured the deal to pay him monthly over a year. And here's the magic: in the first 30 days, that gym made $51,000 in revenue. It literally paid for itself before I ever reached into my own pocket. 12 months later, I sold that same gym for 1.5x the agreed purchase price. All the while, it had been spitting out cash every month like a money printer. This wasn't luck, it was the result of skills, timing, patience, and smart negotiation. I had learned how to acquire assets with little risk and high return, and now I had proof. These opportunities are out there. But they don't wave flags. They hide in plain sight, waiting for someone with vision, discipline, and the right mindset to seize them. And if you think that sounds too good to be true, wait until you see the real difference between how the poor and the wealthy think. Poor versus rich mindsets. It's fascinating, and a bit heartbreaking, how those with the least to lose often take the biggest risks, while those who've built true wealth become masters at protecting what they've earned. Poor mindset? It throws $10 at lottery tickets, hoping to turn it into $10,000. Rich mindset? It invests $10 to learn a new skill that creates $1,000 of value over time. One's chasing a fantasy. The other is building a foundation. The difference isn't money, it's mindset. The wealthy are not allergic to risk, they're allergic to uncontrolled risk. They seek assets that generate steady cash flow, not jackpot fantasies. They look for low-risk, high-predictability investments, often hidden in plain sight. While the broke try to double their money overnight, the rich are quietly acquiring businesses, real estate, or equity that produce returns every single month. They negotiate deals where they own the upside, but not the debt. That's not luck. That's strategy. It's not just about education, it's about mental discipline. The patience to delay gratification. The courage to say no when your emotions scream yes. The willingness to spend 6 months hunting the right opportunity instead of rushing into a bad one. And ironically, the wealthiest people I know are the ones who say, "I'd rather make a slow, guaranteed return than gamble for a fast one." Because they understand something most don't: any number multiplied by 0 is still 0. So, what if I told you that most of your future wealth won't come from doing more, but from doing the right things, patiently and precisely? Here's the truth most people never hear: the difference between a life of freedom and a life of struggle is often just a handful of decisions. And those decisions? They aren't made in moments of glory. They're made quietly, when no one's watching. When you choose to study instead of scroll. When you knock on the door of a tired business owner instead of binge-watching your doubts. When you choose strategy over comfort, discipline over distraction. That's where transformation begins. The best opportunities aren't on billboards. They're not shouted on social media. They live in phone calls, in emails, in broker listings no one checks. They're sitting in the minds of business owners who are exhausted, burnt out, ready to walk away. But only those who are willing to dig, who truly understand the game, will ever find them. These aren't secrets. They're just hidden behind work ethic, curiosity, and courage. And the beauty of all this? You don't need a rich family. You don't need connections. You need skills, a strong mindset, a bit of cash, and a lot of patience. Because success isn't just about knowing what to do, it's about becoming the person who can do it. The kind of person who doesn't rush, who negotiates wisely, who sees the long game. So if you're tired of waiting for permission to build your future, maybe it's time to give it to yourself. So now you've seen it. The map. The mindset. The method. No more excuses. The truth is, you don't need to be rich to start building wealth, you just need to stop thinking like someone who's broke. The path isn't hidden, it's just ignored. Because it requires patience, discipline, and the courage to step off the treadmill and start moving with purpose. But here's the real question: will you apply what you just learned, or will this be just another video you forget tomorrow? What's stopping you from reaching out to local business owners today? What's stopping you from developing that high-value skill that could triple your income in the next 6 months? When are you going to stop scrolling past opportunity and start negotiating your future? Because if someone with $1,100 in their account could build a 6-figure cash flow in 30 days, what's your excuse? If this sparks something in you, then let it grow. Don't just think about success, study it, live it, act on it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's the first move you'll make after this video? I want to hear it. And if you found real value here, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and stick with us, because this is just the beginning. Your freedom won't come from a miracle. It will come from mastery. Now go make it happen.